Hey guys, happy new month, happy weekend, and welcome to another interesting episode of Ginseng Matters with Roy. It's going to be an interesting one today, guys. And as for people that have been joining us for some time now, you know that this episode is always an interesting one, an insightful one, and really an impacting one. So, guys, if you can see us clearly and you can hear me audibly well, don't hesitate to share this video out to your friends, your colleagues at work, your siblings, and any other person that you know could benefit greatly from today's discussion. It's going to be an interesting one, guys. So, on this note, I'm welcoming you all once again to Ginseng Matters with Roy. And as you can see, guys, I am not the only one in the house today. I have with me this amazing couple all the way from the US. No other person but this wonderful couple, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Guys, join me in welcoming them. Thank you very much, Sai and Emma, for another privilege to have you with us on the platform today. We really, really appreciate your presence with us today. And for the sake of people who will be watching us for the first time and people who don't even know you or what you do, please kindly introduce yourself briefly and tell us any other thing you would like us to know about you. Over to you, Said Ma.
Okay, thank you, our host. It's a joy, and we are so excited to be here once again. We have pleasure in doing this, and we thank God that He has been helping us. Thank you for inviting us. My name is Fola, and I have here with me Bomi. We are both living in Massachusetts, in United States, and we are doing well. I'm a computer engineer. She's a computer scientist, and we are both growing, serving the Lord, and always wanting to be together with our friends on this show. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you
Thank you
very
for.
much, sir, for that brief introduction. Oh, I think Sister Bumi wanted to say something.
I just said thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, Ma. Guys, today you don't want to miss any bit of today's episode because it's going to be a practical and an interesting one. So, from the flyer today, we'll be discussing something interesting, which is basically on ways to reduce tension in the home. You know, guys, I've seen quite a number of couples where you see the husband is the jovial one, is very accommodating and just someone interesting that like you want to be with, you want to speak with. But here is the wife. Oh, the wife is a serious type. Ah, anything. I don't tolerate nonsense. Let's be serious here. And in some other cases, it is the other way around, where we have the husband, the serious type, and the wife is the playful one. It's like, oh, honey, why are you always keeping a serious face? You can't even smile. One cannot even play with you. And the husband is like, what is there to play with? Why should we play? Why should we smile in this economy? See, I beg, I beg. I just want to work for money. We have so many things. We have bills piled up for us. Nothing. See, we just have to be serious. No time to smile. My food, is it ready? After eating, I need to get back to the laptop and make money. Everything is let's just make money. So, and here is the wife that is like, before she got married, she's like, oh, she's always playful. She wants someone that she can play with, smile with, joke with, and do all manner of things. And sincerely, all these things are part of the things that keeps the home going. But in situations where things are just totally different, how can we like reduce tension and like ensure there is a balance between this kind of couples such that the home will still be as it should be? So today we'll be looking at ways by which we can ensure there is a balance and reduce tension in the home. We all know what the economy is saying, but at least, there should still be things that we can do to reduce this tension and keep our marriages going as God has designed it to be. So I would like to hear from Brofala and Sister Bumi. Uh, let's just talk about generally first situations where we have the husband is the jovial type, the wife is not the jovial type. Is it possible to actually strike a balance between this type of couple?
I think start me should be able to start with that. But there is nothing impossible with God, and sometimes it's good to have such people in the home. It helps with complement. They complement one another, and that brings a lot of balance. But if the husband is a talkative, the wife is a talkative, this one wants to say her own, that one wants to say his own, and, you do that. And if care is not taken, there will be a lot of frictions. And it's not too good for both of them to be at the extreme. Somebody that doesn't want to talk at all, and the other one that always wants to talk. Because if the home is not giving him what he wants, then he will be looking outside to get what he wants. If she's not getting a good environment where she can express herself at home, she'll be looking outside to get a good environment where she will be fulfilled. And those are the things that we are beginning to notice, that there are tensions in homes, in marriages, and that is not supposed to be so. Uh, when I was thinking about this topic, I was like, there are many things that causes there are many things that cause tension in the home. So if you don't want tension at all, don't marry. If you don't want tension at all, don't want to have kids. If you don't want tension at all, don't plan that any one of you will be working to be bringing in money. There are different things. There are financial pressure, like you said the other time, economics, generally in the world now. There are spiritual tension that we can have. There are tension around relatives. There are tension that
Work
can be brought
tension.
up, work tension. The other room tension can also be there. Mood can also generate some other tensions and all those kind of things. But how do we work to make sure that even these tensions that are coming through all these sources are well managed for positive things? And that is what we are talking about. So when we have two different personalities in the marriage, is it possible for them to strike a balance? Yes. Is it possible to grow with one another for the balance to be well maintained? Yes. And it will be good to begin to go to the specific and share what are the practical ways, what are people facing, and how do we handle, how do we advise, how do we think through, how do we reason through all of those together. And I believe that will help us. That is my introductory aspect. And I know my wife is loaded, smiling, because she wanted to pour out some things. Okay, let's hear your introduction.
You already introduced the tension by by emphasizing the fact that I'm loaded when I did not tell you that.
So it's not tension in the home, right?
Yeah. So the tension,
Tension on the show.
yeah. So the tension now is to think through whatever I want to say, because the expectation you said now says you have to show you are loaded, something like that. Yeah.
So
Anyways,
Brofala has put you under the tension now.
I think that the first thing, like you said, I don't see us talking about the causes of tension and tension in the home really yet. But we are first of all trying to talk about personality differences. And I think the first thing that came to my mind is what happens to opposite attracts.
Yeah.
Because it's very common. Like if you look at 70% of couples, they are not the type that you say they are the same. It's always, oh, this person is the person that will talk and do this, and the other partner is like, no, we need to have time, we need to time box this. Or another person is a spender and the partner is, let's save, let's. So usually like midline average opposite attracts in relationship. You are usually attracted to the person that has a strength in your area of weakness, because that is what is attractive to you. But I want to use myself as an example. Like some people see me now and they say she smiles a lot. Like it's common that people will say I smile, or I enter the room smiling, or I know she's going to smile, or something like that. But I wasn't like that when I was young. I'm always serious when I was a little kid. And
Serious, you are
then they call
smiling,
me,
and people that smile, are they not serious?
no, no, you understand what I'm saying when about serious. It's like I have something on my mind. So
Yeah.
when I was really young, they call me soldier. Like,
Wow.
soldier, like, she's a soldier, she will not laugh or something. Then I realized that some people have the perception I'm a very tough person when I'm not. Like, then like people form different perceptions. And I realized it's because I don't enter a room smiling, or it's not, I don't smile always. Then I began to smile, and now I'm just known as a person that smiles a lot. And
Wow.
that gives the impression that, oh, she's okay, or she's open. Like, I don't have like that closed look, even when my innate personality has not changed, but I just smile a lot. And I brought in that example because we are talking about, can they change or things like that. People change, like people change every time. Like, especially when we're able to identify that something is giving a wrong perception of me. So if you get married as a couple, like, we are still changing. Like,
Yeah.
people will continue to change. Like, so that I just want to say that, first of all, that people will change. Now it may take a while, it may take convincing them, because if something does not appeal, if you have not seen a need for something, you might not make any change about it. But people have the power to change. And so if you are if you are in a situation where your physical characteristics, or like social, or personality is causing an issue in your relationship, just know that the other person just need to be convinced or hear the right things. People have the power to change if they want to change. So that is something that I want to add. You want
Yeah.
to say something?
Yeah, that's good. I just picked the word if they want to
Yes, if,
change,
yeah.
which is very important,
Hmm.
that all of us need to look inward. That is there any area of my life where I need to change first before we begin to think about where she needs to change or where he needs to change.
Change.
So the consciousness about the willingness to change something will really help us to strike the balance that our host is talking about.
Thank you very much, sir and Ma, for those contributions. So now, looking at, like, from the introductions we've had from Brofala and Sister Bomi, looking at the various ways by which tensions can result in the home, from workplace, from in-laws, from raising kids, from different sources of tension. Now, looking at it now, don't you think uh humor, there is a place of humor in the home where humor can at least to an extent relieve the tension? But in a situation where a party, one of the partners is ready to, like, sweetheart, please calm down. I know you're passing through this at your workplace, but please try to smile. Yes, don't worry, be happy, and you're doing this, and yet the man is just like, I said, just leave me alone, spare me. I need to tackle this. And the wife is like, oh no, why would you just always be serious? So now, talking about personality difference in in homes where the one of the partners is the serious one, and the other person is the playful, like playful in quotes, is the playful one, and seeing situations where tensions are arising, how can partners like balance things such that they can reduce tension in the home?
Okay. So that is a good one. And I will still go back to the introduction where me started about the fact that we need to improve on ourselves. Is a mindset of growth. Humor makes a lot of difference. And luckily, we come from a country where we have seen a lot of humorous activities, clips, video that can make you laugh even in suffering.
Suffering and smiling.
Laughing and smiling. We just belong to a sect of people that are very creative from our country, even when the petrol or the gas
The pump price.
the pump price is very high. You still see people making joke out of it. Even when people are queuing up to get gas and all of those, you still see people turning it to different things. Even when they are embezzling, when some corrupt leaders are embezzling, you still see a lot of clips coming out of that, and people still get to laugh. And sometimes, even if you cannot generate those humorous stories, you can watch. Sometimes myself and my wife will sit down and watch those short clips, and we laugh and make comments about them. So, if you are talking about a home, make your home a safe place to be, a home where your tension can be reduced. And I'm saying that there are many ways now to keep the humor going in the home.
Exactly. That's the essence. That we're looking at the role of humans in the home.
In the home. So the issue is that sometimes when you see the way people present some cases, even normal day activity, there are people that are gifted to present those cases in a way that it should just make you laugh. And when you laugh, it reduces the tension, it reduces the challenges at that time, the thinking about around the challenges at that time. So it's good for a husband to at least be humorous. If you're not able to generate humor, then you can begin to learn it one way or the other. And if the wife cannot also generate anything, then sit down together and watch other people that are talented in that area that is related to you, not those that are saying immoral talks and all those kind of things. No, but look for fun humor that relates to both of you, that you can laugh about and talk about, and then it will shift your mind from different kind of pressure that is making you to transfer aggression to your spouses in the home. But I will agree with the host that humor plays a lot of impact in reducing tension. There are different times that my wife and myself will just feel like, okay, let's watch some short clips, at least for some minutes. And sometimes some minutes can turn to an hour. And we laugh, make ourselves happy, and then I agree with you on humor.
I also agree on the humor, but I want to say that we should not just overlook the intrinsic. I don't like. There are times that people are just not really happy from within. Like things, for example, if I have a child in ICU, I'm waiting at the door. It may not be it may not be a time that I want to uh, laugh because of the situation around. But does humor have a place at that time? Yes, it does. But the point I'm just making is we should I want to picture humor more from the point of view of what gives you fun than just what makes you laugh, but not just about jesting or joking. Because sometimes what will be fun or relaxing to me can just be lying on a couch with a cozy blanket and just watch a movie that has nothing to do with comedy, but it's just very relaxing. And I think that that is also very important. But something that came to my mind as Brofola was talking was, which has happened to me before, and I've also seen it in maybe other people's life and some movie as well, are situations where like couples are talking and maybe one person is like, "You are raising your voice." And the couple that is being accused of raising his or her voice is saying, "I am not raising my voice." And it's obvious that the person is raising their voice, but it's like, I'm not raising my voice. Or you say, you are taking this thing too serious. And it's like, no, I am not taking this thing too serious. Now, the reason why I brought that part out is that this happens to all of us. That at that time, something that you're passionate or talking with passion about, the other person is not seeing it. And when they call your attention to it, you are like, no, I'm not. It's not that I'm just saying the truth, or I'm just saying my mind. It's not like I'm being extremely on the other side of that person that is just negative, or that is just like shouting, or that, because I don't want to see myself in that space. But what the other partner is able to see is that you're already going towards that area. You just don't know. Like, you're raising your voice, for example. Now, in that situation, I would say, as couples, that may not be the time to continue to emphasize that thing. So sometimes silence is humor. Silence is good for calming that tension down. So the answer at that time might be silence. The answer might be, let's go to the park. The answer might be, let's go shopping. For some people, shopping is the relaxation. So let's go shopping. Just make sure you leave your card at home so that you don't.
Yes, let's all be
Yeah,
shopping.
yeah. But I just want to say that in every time, it may not just be about joke, but something that makes the other person to relax. And another point I want to bring out here is, you are your partner's watch, right? That
Mhm.
was why I gave that example of, you are raising your voice, you're not raising your voice. Sometimes they have not understood that they are under, the tension is showing. They think that they could handle it, but it's showing that this person is under tension, or
Mm,
there's a tension and it's affecting this person.
yeah.
Help your partner by looking for a path to relieve it. Just look at something that distract them away from it. Eh, if somebody just got laid off, or their boss is complaining about them, and they're like pissed off with their work, and the tension is showing for, just let them talk, like, introduce something else. At that time, it might just be a comedy video that will release the tension. At another time, it might be just having a good meal, or having some friends over to just visit. Like, oh, it's been a while you visited us, and they talk as men or as ladies, and before you know it, they met somebody that really felt what they are feeling, and they're able to be relieved of that tension. So yeah, but I tell you, couples that play together stay together. We should always be one another's body. We should be able to play together.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is not that serious.
Exactly. Like Sister Wumi shared, you know, until you are able to get to know about who your partner is, their likes, their dislikes, their interests, what they enjoy doing, in their difficult times, it might be difficult for you as a partner to even know what to suggest or what to bring up. Like that example Stabumi share, like if you have a child in the ICU, and at that point in time, I can imagine what is going on in the mind of the mother, the wife in the home, and the husband is trying to think of, what can I do, what can I say, how can I encourage this my wife. And then if you have been close to your wife, you've known what she likes. Maybe she likes to watch movies, or maybe there's a particular food she likes to eat, or maybe something she just enjoy doing. At that point in time, you might be able to walk around it just to ease her of the tension. Or for example, the man at work who is busy, having complaints from his boss at work. As the wife, if you've been able to study your husband and you know what works well for him, then at that point you can work something around trying to calm him down. And now, as a couple in the home, both of them are faced with difficult challenges. They have situations, that trying situations, maybe financial challenges. And at that point, who is to encourage the other person? Is it the wife to encourage the husband, or the husband to encourage the wife? But at the same time, they still need to keep the marriage going. So at this point in time, what can they do? Just be able to reduce that tension between the both of them, because once the husband and wife is tensed, then definitely the children, they will have their share of it. So, and at the same time, we want to keep the home going. We want the marriage goals to still be achieved. So at this point in time, what can be done for the couples to reduce the tension between the both of them, the tension going on in the home? at times like that?
When it is like a tension that is affecting both couples, I want to say, first of all, it will not probably affect both of them to the same extent, because we have different, we just have, there's a complementary thing that happens in marriage, that somebody has experienced something. We just have like the power to take things beyond one another. Like some people have the strength, some people can stand some things that people will hear the story and will be like, and she was able to handle it, like, because the person has been built for that time. So I think God always bless us with that. But so first of all, I would say that usually there is still one person that is still able to maintain a little bit of balance in the face of that challenge. That's one. Two, I think we have always, like, always also talked about it. It's also the place of friends. Couples should not be isolated. No matter where we find ourselves, we should have people. So, and it doesn't have to just be like both of us together. It can also be individuals too. Like, I should know somebody to call to say, please, I need you to talk to my husband. I think he's taking this thing really hard, and I know that if both of you talk, it's going to. Or I need you to talk to my wife. This thing is really hitting hard at her. Like, she's not able to sleep and all of those things. And this other friend knows the right thing to say to connect, because both of you have built relationship around it. So we should have people in our lives who can help us. Even for example, of the case of kids that you are talking about, we should have family friends that can take our kids away. Like, there may be need for such situations of taking the kids away, not allowing them to experience whatever thing is going on or things like that. And I'm looking at this from the extreme to the little, right? Let's say, for example, there's financial tension in the home. We are losing, like, there is even nothing to feed on. We should have people who can support us at that time. We all need support system. So couples should have friends, couples should have people around that can be of help to us. And as Christians, then we should also have like that family of God that can look out for us and can be there for us, can pray for us, can hold us in prayer through trying times. Um, because and I said, looking at this from extreme to the least, to the simplest, like the force of the tension will be different, and at times we just need other people to handheld us and hold us together as one, and help us to stay together. So I don't know if Rafola wants to add something to that.
Yeah, so I really agree with what Stabmia has said on those, and I don't want us to de-emphasize the place of prayer. God moves in mysterious ways. And if two of you shall agree on anything on earth, my Father in heaven will do it. When you know that some things are causing tensions and it's affecting both of you, then you need to get on your knees. You need to get into prayer of agreement, and God will come true for you. There will be a breakthrough. And just like my wife has said, there is a place of relationship, friends, relationship. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 says that two are better than one, for they have greater reward for their labor. And verse 10 says that woe unto him who is alone, because when he's down, who is that person that will lift him up? So the fact is that we need to realize that we need people. God did not create us in isolation. Whether as a single person or as a married family, you need to have family friends. You need to have people that you can relate to, people that you can speak out to, people that can come for you in terms of your need. Woe is unto him. Another version says, pity is unto him who is alone. Just pity the person, because this is a problem. So, but we are having situations nowadays that even family friends don't trust, they don't trust themselves, they don't trust one another. A family will say family A, we say family B is my friend, and you go there, and the wife will be suspicious of the other family. And we are living out of trust. But we should get to a level that we begin to think that, okay, I'm protecting my kids. I don't want things to happen to them. What if God calls the husband and wife home at the same time?
Mm.
What if something happens and both of you are no more, and your kids will be taken care by some other people? Some other people will take care of your kids. So we need to allow life to flow and allow God to help us through. Don't let us live with a mind that does not trust others. Oh, if you begin to talk to them about our challenges, won't they be laughing at us? Won't they be spreading our stories? There's nothing like that. Every one of us has problems at one point in time or the other. Humble yourself. That's what the scripture has advised us about. Be open to people. Let people be able to help you. Every one of us at one, we have challenges at one phase of our marriage or the other. Let's relate with people, especially godly people. Don't be too proud that you not be able to come low to receive help from others. So relationship is very important, especially when we are going through things that is affecting the husband and wife. Before the marriage will break because of tension, speak out. Get help. Get help from mentors, get help from your friends. Make sure you have consistent family friend that you can say you are growing up together. And that helps a lot. Fellowship is very important.
Wow. I really agree with all these points. Thank you so much, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Balaji, for your contributions. And I think I also want to add that that communication is also very important. Like, if any of the partners are passing through one difficult time or the other, rather than just passing aggression on your partner, why not speak out? Let her know what's going on. Let him know what's going on. Because if you don't say it, if you don't talk about it, nobody knows what you're passing through emotionally. So when couples begin to keep things to each other, then I think is a difficult one, because the other partner does not know how to help. The other partner does not know how to, like, what to even suggest. Possibly the both of them needs to go out, like have a relaxation time intentionally, look for somewhere quiet to talk about what they are passing through, rather than just one of the partner keeping to his or herself. So for like the example Sister Bumi shared, the husband that has issues at the workplace and is not really talking about it, why not speak out? You never can tell. Your wife might have something for you to help you relieve that tension. Why not talk about it? If it is the wife, open up. But because of this issue of humor in the home, some husbands have been, like, how do I put that? Like, they are not so free. They've not developed that relationship, that friendship, not even relationship, that friendship that is meant to exist between the husband and the wife. Because in some homes, the husband and the wife still relate like they are housemates. There is no friendship. The only thing that exists between them is, oh, he is my husband, she is my wife. But that friendship is not there. And the moment either of them sees someone they can communicate with, that's one of the reasons why some homes are drifting these days. Because the moment you get someone you can open up to, someone that you can communicate with, someone that's like you like someone you can actually interact with and understand who you are, then you discover gradually partners are drifting from each other, and that connection is no longer there. And that's why I would also want us to talk about this issue of intentionally developing that friendship between the husband and the wife. Because once the friendship is there, then it becomes easier for the husband and the wife to connect, and the both of them can change. They can easily, like, adjust to suit each other's demands. So briefly, I would like us to consider ways by which couples can strengthen the friendship bond between themselves.
Yeah. So one thing I will quickly say is that friendship between husband and wife is very important. And one of those things, or some of those things that cause reduction in such friendship, is the kind of work that we do and the kind of friends we make. So if you are the kind of person that come back from work and you're not telling your husband or your wife what is happening at your work, then your communication is beginning to have a gap. If the wife always have somebody that is always talking to on phone, 1 hour, 2 hours, they are there, then you are affecting communication in the home. If the husband has somebody that is talking to that cannot say, oh, let me talk to your wife, or they are not laughing together, they are not sharing, or the husband will go somewhere in a secret corner and be talking to somebody, and you are not having common friends, and that's not going to help your home as well. It's always good to have common friends, common focus, and cross communication in terms of what you are going through at your work. You are busy usually at your work, maybe for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every day, and you still come back home and you keep mute. Then there is problem in your communication. There, your husband does not even know who you are working with. Your wife does not know anybody's name in your office. Then there is the communication gap is broken down already. And if you are talking about, oh, somebody is greeting me on phone, after talking, maybe you have serious talk, is understanding, you talk, and after talking, oh, is your wife there? Or is she at home? Oh, she's not around, that kind of thing. Let there be cross communication between husband and wife's friends. That helps for everybody to be on the same page and to grow together, and it will reduce tension in the home as well. Those are the two things that comes to mind for me for now.
Well, I think that one of the reasons why we have a lot of challenges is that not everybody is doing things the right way. Because I assume that people did not just get married, they were friends. Like, before you even have a home, it started from being friends. Ideally, you both of you should be friends before you get married. And life happens, maybe things begin to happen to the friendship, and you just have to repair it. And that is why they always say go back to the beginning. For example, for some people it's like it's having date nights where they go out again and feel like young people or lovebirds again. But I would say that I think Rafola has spoken about communication, like talking, but keeping, I don't know, like we have friends and the relationship grows. It should be the same way in marriage, that your friendship continue to grow. Like, you don't just get married and not become friends anymore, except there is a problem. So yeah, maybe challenges come, but you should still be friends. You should always make an effort to be friends. And like the example that Brofola gave about people being on the call with another person for long, in that situation, there's already a problem cooking, because usually where that happens is when partners are not feeling like friends again, like they're not connected, like there's somebody else that I just need to talk to. And I think that for us as individuals or friends of couples too, because we all have friends, right? If we have a friend that is pouring a lot into us, and it's like there are things that oh, so what did your wife say? And it's like, I didn't tell her. I think we should be good neighbors. We should be good neighbors by pointing people's attention to, oh, your wife should know about this. Is anything going on that I need to know about, and stuff like that? We should all look out for one another. But for couples, I will say go back to the basics, go back to the beginning. What was sparkling it before? So you should look for that sparkle and make it grow no matter what happens. Kids should not tear us apart. Work should not tear us apart. The challenges of this world should not tear us apart. We should continue to nourish what makes us friends. And something else that Brofola, I think when Brofola was saying something, I can't remember, but something else that came to my mind was marriage is a journey we enter into without having like a strong manual or how to for, and tomorrow nobody can determine. And that is the place of marriage what are these kind of things that we
Marital
go for?
retreats.
Retreats, and
Yeah.
and a lot of
Couples
them,
retreat.
yeah, couples retreat, and a lot of them are springing up around us. Enroll, enroll, because it is when we go to such places that you realize that, oh, so everybody is having this challenge. Like, you are not the first person that will raise a kid. You are not the first person that will give birth to a child that has an issue and is taking a lot of your time. There are others who have felt it before. You'll be able to hear from them, listen to them, hear how their coping mechanism and stuff like that too. So we should make sure that we are getting well educated and we are doing it together as well.
Mm. Wow. Thank you so much, sir and ma. So, like Brofola shared the other time about the couples returning home from their various workplaces and sharing with each other what's happened at work and things and stuffs like that. Yeah, I think it's a very good way to like strengthen the communication between husband and wives. And from looking at where we started this discussion, the role of humor in the home, but in situations where you have the husband or the wife that is not the talking type, and then maybe the husband returns home and is like, oh, you know what happened at my workplace today, you know, this particular staff or the person I told you about the other time, and the wife is like, please, I don't want to, I don't want to listen to anything. Like, or like, "Ah, you talk too much, Mr. Man." Or possibly it's the husband, it's the wife that returns from work and is like, oh, at my workplace today, you know, this or this woman, and this was what my boss did, and this we did, and this, and the husband is not even saying anything. The husband is just like, not even like concerned about what the wife is talking about, and the wife is like, "Ah, someone can't even talk to you, like one can't even share with you what happened at work today." So where where is the bonding, where is the connection? How will such a couple connect with each other when the other partner is not even ready to listen, or ready to, or not even interested in stories like that? Or like I said at the beginning of this discussion, is not is just the serious person. The wife is the serious person, the husband is the serious person, and after you've discovered for some time that, oh, this person is not interested, you start withdrawing. You don't even want to share with the person what's going on, and gradually they are getting apart from each other, because what is meant to bring them together, the communication and things like that is meant to bring them together, is no longer there. They begin to drift. So, okay, dinner is ready, lunch is ready, okay, let's go out, okay buddy, go to work, bye bye, see you later. So in such situations, I think maybe because of our time, maybe in subsequent episodes we'll be looking at this more properly. Wow. On this note, we'll be bringing this conversation to a close. But before then, as we have always done, let's hear from Rofola and Sister Bumi. Something to take away for all our viewers out there.
Okay, for me, I will say this word YOLO. YOLO.
Oh.
You only live once. You are in marriage. You either enjoy the marriage or you endure it to death. So know that you only live once and be intentional about making your marriage a bliss. Do all you can do, work all the work you can work to make sure that you enjoy your home.
Amen, somebody.
Amen.
I think I will encourage couples to remain friends and make sure you remain friends no matter what. Like, always remember where you began from, and that is, let the spark remain, and whatever brings the spark, try to give it to you. Don't say, madam, you are too old for going house. Like, what are you talking about? Let the spark remain, and that is going to help us to remain friends.
Wow. Those summaries are really, really important. YOLO. You only live once. You
Yeah.
marry once. You live once. Ah, okay. Like Sabomi said, remain friends. Let nothing tamper with our friendship, because
Yeah.
that is what keeps you going on your marital journey. And I believed all our viewers out there must have taken one of or two things from the conversation today. Guys, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. If you'll be watching the replay of this conversation, don't hesitate to share this video out with your friends, your colleagues, your siblings, and any other person that you believe could greatly benefit from this discussion. And if you'd like to share one or two things as well, just drop your comments in the comment section below. Or if you have questions, you can as well send your questions directly or indirectly. We are going to be looking at it and discussing about it together on our next episode. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us on this episode today. It's still Jane Say Matters with Roy. And till we come your way again, remain blessed. Thank you very much, sir and ma, for your time again with us today. God bless you richly. Guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
It's Ginseng Matters. Come back to Ginseng Matters on Ginseng Matters. It's Ginseng Matters. Yeah, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. It's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. Right now, it's Ginseng Matters. Come back to Ginseng Matters on Ginseng Matters. It's Ginseng Matters. Yeah, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. It's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. Right now, it's Ginseng Matters. Come back to Ginseng Matters on Ginseng Matters. It's Ginseng Matters. Yeah, it's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. It's still Ginseng Matters with Roy. Right now, it's Ginseng Matters. Come back to Ginseng.